Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This video is something that I decided to do for myself because I think all of us out there, we struggle with reading as much as we want to, and you see people who are reading like 10, 15 books in a month, and it's like, how do you read so much? Because usually I can only get through like 2, maybe 3 books in a month. If it's a really good month, 4. So I wanted to kind of push myself and see what I needed to do in order to read so many books. So I decided to challenge myself to read for at least 15 minutes a day. So this isn't a maximum of 15 minutes, it is a minimum. So as you'll see in my future videos, it'll sound like I read a lot of a book, and that's because I did. On those days where I read a lot, they're usually days where I'm not working or I had half days, so I was able to read more often. But even then, there were a couple of nights where I was able to read for a good amount of time. So definitely excited to share that little journey with you, and I will meet you at the end to talk about what my thoughts are about reading for 15 minutes a day and if it really worked for me and something I would do again. Hey BookTube, it's Samantha, and I'm going to be jumping into Flatshare. It's like 8:45 at night. Normally I try to get to bed at like around this time so I can start falling asleep. But with this new reading thing that I'm wanting to do, I'm gonna try and get some reading in. We'll see what I can do. I'll check in later. Hey y'all, so it's the beginning of Reverse Readathon, and I am stuck in traffic. I know I'm moving like super slow, but I'm just getting onto the on-ramp for the 405, cause gotta love traffic on a Friday afternoon in freaking Orange County. So I am actually currently listening to Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, that is written by and narrated by Neil deGrasse Tyson. So I've been wanting to read this book for a while and realized it's only 4 hours long. So for this at least 1 hour drive, figured I would get some reading done while I'm waiting. So I'll keep you up to date. So it's about 20 hours into Dewey's 24-hour readathon, reversed, and I am experiencing an internet outage, which really sucks. So it doubly sucks because I'm trying to just order some food so I don't have to worry about cooking food. Yeah, so this sucks. But I'm going to use this time to read more of The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. It's definitely not the kind of book that I normally read, but I'm enjoying it. It kind of gives me, probably no one will get this reference, but it reminds me of The Blind Date, which was a French movie on Netflix, and kind of You've Got Mail, but a different way because they never see each other, so everything's done through communication. So I'm really liking that part. That's always been a sucker trope for me. So yeah, I'm just going to try and finish this one before the readathon ends. And also because, it's not 20 hours. It's almost 1. So that means 19 hours in. Sorry. But I have a realtor coming over at 4 o'clock, and I'm basically not going to be able to read once the realtor shows up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing when I am not just sitting down and reading and I have to do stuff, like I have laundry to do later on after I finish eating. I've been listening to Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. It's definitely a book for people who already have some science knowledge. I don't think you can listen to this book and kind of know what's going on unless you have some science background. I'm just hanging on. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far into it, so I'll let you know my thoughts about the book when I finish it. Hey everyone, so the Dewey's Reverse Readathon is officially over, but Oh my God. The first 100 pages, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what I'm getting from this. It's just your regular contemporary love novel. Dude, you guys, I am loving this book so freaking much. Love it. I'm about 2/3 of the way through, and I'm definitely going to be finishing this right now. I didn't really get much more reading done in Astrophysicists for People in a Hurry, but I definitely do want to continue with that. I think I'm just going to listen to it on my drives to and from work or whenever I get to laundry. I never did get to laundry because I was reading this. And then I read a little over 100 pages in the time that I was able to get to this book. So, yeah, that's it for Dewey's Readathon for me, but definitely still going to be reading. So it is Sunday morning, and normally I don't do this, but I'm wanting to try and get in the habit of reading in the morning rather than watching YouTube videos, because I find that's just kind of how I waste time in the morning, and I would rather do it towards reading a book. That's kind of one of my solutions I'm trying to do for this month in order to focus on the goal of this video. So I'm going to be jumping back into Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. So far, it's really interesting. I posted on Goodreads when I updated that it's giving me the Passage / Vicious vibes right now, mainly because the adult in the situation seems a lot like Victor. You know, he's definitely a villain. So we've met Roger and Dodger a little bit, and I like how it's the girl that's really good at math. And they address that in the book a little bit too, about how usually boys are the ones who are really good at math, and that's seen as like a really good thing. But if girls are good at math, then it's something that they should be kind of like shamed for or something. You know, there's just kind of that perception that girls are never really good at math, and they shouldn't be proud that they're good at math, which is ridiculous. But I really do like that she made that choice. Otherwise, I really don't have any other thoughts on it so far. So I want to read because like I'm barely into it. I think I'm like 70, 80 pages into it. Yeah. I'll let you know my thoughts on that. It is August 5th. I did a lot of reading this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired today. My eyes are hurting, but I told myself I was gonna read every day, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's probably not gonna be for very long. It's almost 7:40, so I'm gonna try and just make it to 8 and go from there. I'm having a hard time just keeping my eyes open. So I'm reading, what am I reading right now? Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. I'm definitely really curious to see where this goes. I realized as I was scanning through the book last night, you know how sometimes when you read a book, it's divided into parts, and sometimes instead of calling it parts, they call it like book 1, book 2, book 3. Well, I noticed that the numbers aren't necessarily chronological the other night, so I'm really curious. I'm sure it's done on purpose, so I'm just really curious the significance behind that, and I can tell that a lot of thought has gone into this book, so I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm just I need to read in the morning. That's what I've learned from this. I need to read in the morning. Future self, read in the morning because you won't want to read at night. Okay. Remind me tomorrow. Okay, so it's August 7th. Yesterday, I really didn't have downtime to read my book, so I opted to listen to the audiobook of Astrophysics for People in a Hurry because I was in a hurry. I read about 9%, I believe, so I'm slowly working my way through that. Right now, I just got done editing my video about novellas I love. I'm waiting for it to export so that way I can upload it to YouTube. So I figured while I'm waiting for that to export, I'll do some reading in here. And then whenever that gets done, I'll go to bed. So we'll see how far I get. Hey y'all, so it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and let's update you. So the last that I checked in, I believe I was reading, what was I reading? I was reading Middle Game. So I finished Middle Game, did a review on that, and then I picked up Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach, and loved it. I read it in 2 days. I loved it that much. It was kind of reminiscent of the movie Memento in a way, where you're looking at pieces of a life back in time and then you're putting them together and they add up to the current event, kind of that kind of thing. But I overall just really loved it. Every chapter was like, oh, this won't be so scary or whatever. And then by the end of it, like, I was totally creeped out. So it was perfect, exactly what I was looking for. Meanwhile, in between some of the books, I've been picking up Skip Beat because I looked at my 3-in-1 volumes and realized I was super close to having all of the current releases of the 3-in-1 volumes. So I decided to order the ones I didn't have yet. And then I've been rereading them. I'm currently on volume 8, and I've just been reading like either one bind up or I've been reading one volume at a time. So really been enjoying jumping into this again. But for novels, I'm currently in An Absent Dream by Seanan McGuire. So far, I'm very intrigued by this story. I've definitely wanted to learn more about the Goblin Market, and I'm really intrigued by the whole following the rules thing. So I think this is just like perfect up my alley. It's kind of my personality, I would say, in a way. I really love following the rules, and I also love following different ways around the rules. So definitely going to be jumping into more of this tonight. But I also do have to say that I did not read yesterday, which was the 18th. I was just super exhausted from working all weekend. We've been trying to tidy up the backyard to get the house ready to sell. So I was just exhausted and fell asleep without reading. So we're going to get restarted back on that. Otherwise, I've been on track. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I'm hoping to finish this in a couple days, at the very latest Thursday. I just know that I have a lot of friend gatherings that I'm doing the next couple days, so I don't know how much time I'll have to read. But on Thursday, my husband's going to San Diego to visit a friend, so I'll definitely have time to read on Thursday. So I will keep you posted. Hello again. So it is now Wednesday, the 21st, and time is going by way too fast. I didn't do a video yesterday, but I did do some reading in my manga, Skip Beat. We went to do a bonfire with a couple of friends of ours, and I was just reading a little bit until our friends got there, so that was perfect timing. And I knew I wanted to bring Skip Beat because I know I can put that down easily, unlike in An Absent Dream. We just got back from having dinner with a couple of friends at Ballast Point, so I'm just waiting for Tim's laundry to finish. I'll take that out of the dryer. So I'm going to read this to pass the time. I am a little over halfway through. He said that laundry would be done in about a half hour, so we'll see where I'm at. And if I'm kind of close to the end, I might just finish it. But if I'm super exhausted, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow to finish it. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I am in the process of exporting my video that I just recorded. You're gonna recognize the shirt. But I actually finished In An Absent Dream tonight. Absolutely loved it. I'm kind of hoping that I get more of this world later on because I love it so much. I really loved everything about it. I know that it's kind of hit or miss for some people, I really just loved how logical Lundy's world was and how it went back and forth between the goblin market and the real world. It's really interesting how it kind of progresses. I I could definitely read like a full-on novel about this book or this world and Lundy's experiences in it. I wanted more, and I mean, that shows a really good book. I'm so glad I decided to just read this one and skip over the other two because, as much as I love the other books, I just really needed to read this one. I was putting it off for way too long. So, definitely glad I finished this. Definitely going to be rereading it again. I'm just loving everything about the series. So, in the meantime, as I stated in my video, that you haven't seen, or you probably should have seen by now because I'm going to be putting this together later. I'm currently working on volumes 7 through 9 of Skip Beat, and as you can see, I'm really close to the end. So that's why I said I might jump into 10 through 12 because I'm really close to finishing this. So I want to finish this one tonight. I should probably eat something resembling dinner. Don't know what. But yeah, I gotta eat something because I gotta go to bed soon and I have work tomorrow. So, what am I gonna pick up next? That's a really good question because I have technically 3 days of work left. I'm doing a half day tomorrow, a half day on Monday, and then 2 full days Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I have Thursday, Friday off. Well, it's not really off because Wednesday's my last day at work. I'm just telling myself that it's off so that I don't have to go through the grieving process of leaving my job that I love. So, I am going to be home alone. And to be honest, I don't know quite when the people are going to be here to move us. We haven't decided if it's going to be the first week of September or the second week. So I don't want to jump into something that I'm not going to finish by the time of the move. Like, I want to do something short because I don't want to start a big, thick book like one of the books I talk about in my video, and then I finish it like 2 days after we move. You know, I don't want to do that. I know I put on my last video of doing a poll between Big Little Lies and Dragons of Winter Night. Those were the... Oh, and then Once Upon a Dream. Those are the 3 books I haven't read yet from that poll. And another person voted on Big Little Lies, but I'm kind of not in the mood for it right now. So, what am I in the mood for? What am I in the mood for? Maybe... I think what I'm going to do is try and read Clariel. I think that'll be perfect. Because then I'll be closer to finishing that series. It should be an easy enough read for me to get through by whatever time that we leave. No, I like this plan. Okay, so next read is Clariel. We'll see when I finish it. I'll keep you updated, but that's going to be my next read. Oh, that'll be good. I like this plan. Hey everyone, so I just got home. It's almost 10 o'clock at night on Friday. I actually left work early today because I took a half day off, and then it wasn't even a half day. I left at like 1:30 instead of 12. So I went to a friend's house and we ended up playing Battlestar Galactica, the board game, which was fun. I'm home, but I have to read. So I'm just gonna read this. I really didn't read too much the other night, so I think I'm just gonna finish this and go from there. And then I'll start Clariel tomorrow because there's no way I'm starting it tonight. I'm just so exhausted. So I'm excited about sleeping in because the husband is in San Diego. So, oh gosh, it's gonna be so nice to sleep in. So yeah, definitely be jumping into a book tomorrow, but this for tonight. Hello everyone. You'll see this chair a lot. I realize This is where I do most of my updating if I'm not doing videos. I definitely started Clariel, and I'm loving that the cover's black. I'm almost halfway through. I picked up the book this morning after I woke up, and I just didn't want to put it down. Not that it was action-packed or anything, it was just I was really curious about what was going to happen. This book is set approximately 600 years before the birth of Sabriel, so before the first book. So technically it's a prequel. What I like about it is that it's taking place when the city of the Old Kingdom is still pretty active, which when you read Sabriel, there really hasn't been too much action going on at the capital, so, or the main city, whatever you want to call it. So I really like actually being in this main city because it's like the one place we really haven't explored in this world. One of the things that I've actually started to really appreciate when reading this book is how the different main characters all have their own personality, strengths and weaknesses, but they're things that normal girls can relate to. I really like that they're women. I really like that they're seen as powerful individuals once they come to know who they really are. With Sabriel, it's very much her strong connection with her father and her just trying to learn how to grow up in her father's footsteps in the way she should. In Lyriel, it's about her trying to become someone who she's not really meant to be, and how she learns that if she just accepts who she truly is meant to be, that she's more powerful than she could ever imagine. And with Sam, who's the male character in Lyriel and Abortion, it's the same thing for him, except he's a male character. So I like that. And then with Clariel, what I'm really liking is that she knows what she wants in life. She knows what she's good at. And it's a lot more physical traits rather than intellectual traits, which I really love about it. Not saying that she's dumb, she's still a smart person, but where her true skill set lies is with her physical attributes. She tends to become angry quicker. So I really like that aspect of it, showing that, girls can get just as angry as boys. It's not just a boy thing, and that there are ways to overcome it. So I don't know if this is intentional or not. I'm assuming it is, that Garth Nix is just a really great writer and knows how to write his characters. But I'm really enjoying this. I don't think I'll be able to finish it tomorrow, which is Sunday, but I'm definitely gonna have it finished like within the next few days for sure, because I'm not gonna want to put this down. So I'll keep you updated as we go. Tomorrow, like I said, it's Sunday, but my husband's supposed to be coming back from San Diego, so I know he's going to want to get working on the house again, because that's what we need to do. He's stressing out about making the house look nice when it's fine. I mean, I know there's boxes back there, but I mean, we're moving, right? Yeah, so he's going to want to do stuff tomorrow. So I really don't know how much time I'm going to have to read tomorrow, which is why I said I'm probably not going to finish the book tomorrow. So I'm going to try and read as much as I can tonight, and then the rest of what I read is probably going to be left up to Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday too. Okay, so it is, what day is it? It's Monday the 26th, and it's 10:30 at night. I actually had a half day off today, and so, because I wanted to sleep in. So I did sleep in a little bit, and I did some reading this morning. So that worked out really nice because I was out late today because I had D&D. It was my last D&D session in person, so that was a little bummer, but had a really good time. I actually killed a mama hag, so that was awesome. I am definitely enjoying Clariel. I don't know if I've really had an update. I think I had an update yesterday. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely different from the other books, but I think I know where this one's going and I like it. So we'll see if my hunches are correct. I really don't know what the next 2 days are going to look like for me, because tomorrow I have a full day of work, and after work I'm wanting to go shopping for my coworkers and get them something as kind of like a goodbye thank you gift. And then I am going to be meeting up with a friend from back in Iowa and having dinner with her since she's in the LA area. And that's probably going to be late just because she has something going on in downtown LA until 7 o'clock at night. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, we could probably meet up like around 7:30 or something. And I'm like, honey. She highly underestimates LA traffic, let me tell you. So that's probably going to be late, but that's fine. But I just don't know when I'm going to have time to read, because work's kind of busy too. Like, there's a lot of last minute things that I need to do, and I wasn't able to work on notes at all today. So I have like 3 days of notes to do. Well, more like 2.5, because today I really didn't do too much, but God, that's going to take a while. So I got to catch up on all of that tomorrow. And maybe I can do some of the note stuff on Wednesday, but like it has to be for sure done Wednesday because that is my last day. And then I have a whole bunch of clients tomorrow too. Why did I do that to myself? I don't know. I'm supposed to see, I think, 2 or 3 clients in person and then 1 phone session. So I don't know why I did that to myself. Anyway, back on point. I don't know when I'm going to have time to read because I'm busy as hell. I might have time to read Wednesday because it's my last day, so I won't be doing too much. And I'm going out for drinks with my coworkers as a last hurrah after work Wednesday. So I don't think I'm going to be reading when I come home. But I really want to stick to reading for 15 minutes a day, so maybe I'll just have to bring my book or a different book to work and read on my lunch break. I think I'm going to have to do that because I am getting closer to the end and I want to just be able to binge read it all at one go. Like, I think I've got about maybe an hour and a half of reading left, and I don't want to be reading at lunchtime and then absorbed in it and then I have to go without having finished it. Like, that's just the worst thing possible. So I don't know. I'm probably just gonna do another little update like this with you guys. Hopefully it'll go well. Okay, so it is Tuesday, and I said that I wasn't sure what today was gonna be like because I'm hanging out with my friend from Iowa, and I was gonna go shopping, but my plans have changed, and I'm not going to do that shopping until Friday. So it's 6:05 right now. I'm going to message my friend and see if she wants to go out to dinner with us and do some reading until my friends are ready, because they're in downtown LA. So they're getting done at about 7. So they're probably going to be here about 8:30. And then I also have to find places for us to eat. So yeah, but I will have time to read. So this is important. So definitely not going to finish, but at least I have time to read, right? That's what counts? Yes? Yes, it does. Guys, that was like an epic fail on reading. Because okay, it's 11:25 at night. And I'm supposed to have an interview at 7:45 in the morning tomorrow. And I told myself I'd go to work early so I could be there and like have some quiet time before my interview. And you know, it's a half-hour drive to work, and I wanted to get a Starbucks drink of some sort so I could power through the interview. And now my lips are like bizarre. Anyway, so because I knew I was going to be up late, but I didn't think I was going to be up this late, and I'm really dying. And I did not read earlier. I didn't read because what happened was I was looking at restaurants, and then we found out that they were able to get here faster than I thought. And so I just invited them to come over, and then I was talking with my coworker who's been staying with me, and one thing led to another, and I didn't read. But I kind of figured I wasn't going to be able to read, so there's just no way that I'm going to be forcing myself to read tonight, guys. Like, it's just... I haven't brought my book. I haven't brought my book in here with the sole intention of reading it. No. It's not happening. I'm not reading tonight. Because I'm exhausted. I've already taken ibuprofen to deal with the food headache from not eating much today. Which, that was totally on me, but now I'm getting a headache from not sleeping, and I need to sleep. Sleep is more important than reading, right? I think so. I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, tomorrow's my interview, and my last day at work. I got a shit ton to do. You know, a typical last day. Help me. Okay, so it's the 29th. It's my first day not working, which kind of sucks. But I finished Clariel last night, so now it's time for me to pick my next book. Now, the problem is it has to be a book that I can finish in a week. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm like, just got out of bed. So, I have to finish it in a week because the movers are going to be here packing on the 5th. So I have to make sure I have it done by the 5th, because otherwise I'll be carrying around a book that I've already finished, and I don't want to do that. So, the question is, what do I read? I have plans of going out tonight with a friend. I'm going to be hanging out with some other friends on Friday, probably like from noon on. And then Saturday I don't have any plans, but I really should clean and tidy up and everything. And then Sunday I'm hanging out with another friend. I don't know for how long, but I want to make sure it's a good amount of time because it is going to be the last time I see her. Monday, my husband's coming back in for the move. Tuesday, we're taking pictures of the house to put it on the market. And then Thursday and Friday is the move. So, but with my husband here, I don't know how much time I'll have to read. I've been doing really good on the reading front. Do I want to just go ahead and read Big Little Lies? Yeah, I think so. Like, earlier I wasn't in the mood for it, but I'll start it and see if it's something that I do want to read right now. And if it is, then cool, I'll keep reading. And if it's not, then I'll just stop and pick something else to read. So, this is the choice for now. I'll let you know if I actually stick with it or if I switch to something else. Well, I've gotten myself into quite the dilemma. So, it's technically August 30th, but it's like 12:10. I tried Big Little Liars earlier, and I think it's a book I would be interested in reading later on. It's just something I'm not in the mood for right now. Based off of what I watched from the TV show, like, obviously I didn't get very far in the book. I got farther in the show than in the book. But it seems pretty accurate so far. It seems like the show did a good job of catching the essence of the characters and the tone of the book. The one thing that the book has that the show doesn't necessarily have, which happens a lot with book adaptations, is the inner dialogue of the characters. I've literally just only got to the scene where she twists her ankle. Like, it's not even past that. So we're not very far. But I feel like Reese Witherspoon did a really good job of portraying the character so far. And I think the book is definitely a better way to approach it. It just seems like you have more information and you have a better understanding of the character, which makes a lot of sense because you have that inner dialogue that you can't do so well with a more visual medium. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try the book at a later time. I think if I were in the right mindset, it would be a good fit. But for right now, I'm putting it to the side. And I'm going to pick up Swords of Destiny, which is, like, it's hard with this series because the first book is technically The Last Wish, but it's just a collection of short stories. But it is the start of you following Geralt's journey. You see Dandelion and see a little bit of their adventures together, and then you also meet Yennefer. It does the whole introduction and how they meet with Yennefer. So really enjoyed that. I really like the fairy tale retellings of the short stories of his little adventures. I know that's something that they have in the game, and they did a really good job of adapting it from the book. So from my understanding, Sword of Destiny is the follow-up of more short stories following Geralt, and I'm assuming Yennefer and Dandelion. I think it's just the right thing that I need right now is just a bunch of short stories, and I love Geralt. So I'm going to give this a try, but if you're one of those people that just wants to jump right into the story, technically book 3, which is Blood of Elves, is the first of the main storyline. So I'm going to read legit 15 minutes of this book just so that I can get my 15 minutes of reading in. I know technically it's Friday, but since I haven't gone to sleep yet, I'm counting it as Thursday. So again, another really late night. Guys, it has been a long day. I went to the this like art festival this morning in order to get this gift for all of my coworkers from my job that I just left. And it was an hour drive away. So I left to go do that. And then I drove to work, and I saw my boss, which I wasn't able to say goodbye to her on my last day, so it was really nice to be able to actually say goodbye to her in person. And I had lunch with my coworkers and was able to say bye to them too. But it was really hard. Dude, it's really hard when you find a job that you really love and you feel like you have purpose, you feel like you have meaning, you feel like you're valued, where you have great bosses, you have great coworkers, and then you have to leave. Like, it's really hard, guys. I'm doing what I can with it. The good news is, though, is that I did hear back from a place that I interviewed on Wednesday with, and they want some more information. They want to meet me in person, and it sounds like they're wanting to go through the steps for a background check. So they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't want me. So that's a really good thing. I am excited about that position. I think it'll be really good for me. It's something that I've wanted to do. It's the reason I went to school. I think I mentioned this in a previous little clip, so I might be repeating myself, but that's fine. But yeah, it's looking really serious right now, so that's awesome. But yeah, then I went to go play some board games with a couple of friends of mine, and I'm home late again. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm exhausted. Like, I just want to go to sleep right now, but I'm almost at the end of the month. It's the 30th. Like, let's just do it, right? So I did read for my 15 minutes of Sword of Destiny. I think that got me through chapter 1. Just a very, very brief introduction into a character and talking about Geralt's morals and whatnot, which is usually a big aspect of the stories. So curious to see where we go with this. We definitely didn't get very far. It's still kind of a mystery about what this guy is wanting Geralt to do. So I'm probably going to read another chapter, maybe 2. I feel like the next chapter was really short. So again, I'm just doing 15 minutes today. I'm just so exhausted. I just want to get to sleep. Tomorrow is Saturday, last day of the month. I intentionally made no plans with anyone because I really need to make sure that the house is clean and ready to go for pictures for selling the house. We're going to be having pictures done on Tuesday. So I want to make sure everything is ready to go tomorrow. And then if I need to do some finishing touches, do that Sunday. But I really want to make sure that I prioritize my time with my friend Myra because it'll be the last time I see her, and I really just want to have as much time with her as I can because I really haven't seen her that much in the past couple of weeks. So, yeah, I don't want to be busy cleaning and trying to do other stuff when I just want to spend time with her. Yeah. I am going to be doing a video really quickly tomorrow of all the books that I've read this month, so I will be doing that wrap up and posting it the same day. I really want to make sure I post it the same day. This video, like I said, I don't really know what's gonna come out, but you'll find out because I'll have posted it. So it's gonna be really busy next week, and we're gonna be hitting the ground running, that's for sure. August 31st, last day of my personal reading goal, and I'm really cutting it short. It is like 11:58 p.m. I slept in this morning because I needed it. I was out really late, but then it took me forever to get going with my day, and even then I didn't get as much done as I would have liked. And then I realized that there was a Harry Potter marathon on USA. So, of course, I had to watch that, and I was an emotional wreck because I was watching number 7, parts 1 and 2. So that was great. So it wasn't until after those 2 movies were done that I actually recorded my August wrap-up video, which is why you'll recognize the shirt. And I just got done editing my film, but I still have to input a couple of pictures, and then I have to burn that, and that always takes forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read my 15, if I don't whack myself in the head, I'm going to read my 15 minutes of Sword of Destiny. I'm trying to remember what happened last night. I was so exhausted when I came home. I only read a chapter. Oh, now I remember. Okay. I'm starting to get a little bit better understanding about what's going on. It definitely doesn't seem like a short story, though. It says Tales of the Witcher, but it's not like The Last Wish, where every chapter... Well, maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe this is all one thing. For some reason, I'm remembering The Last Wish being a bunch of short stories, and it's just like one chapter was a story, and then it went on to the next one. And so each chapter was its own story. And this one, there's multiple chapters that are following the same story, but it, after kind of skimming through, it does look like there's multiple chapters for each different story. So we'll see how that turns out. Definitely still staying in the spirit of Geralt and what he is. Obviously, this is the original source material. Duh. Anyway, now it's past midnight, so it's technically September. But again, I'm the one doing this video and I'm making the rules. I haven't gone to sleep yet, so it's technically still August, right? Right. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading. I want to at least get the pictures edited into my video and get that all burned together. It's probably not going to be uploaded tonight, though, because just it takes so long for it to burn. Like, seriously. It probably takes like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the length of the video. So I don't want to be up until 1 a.m. I know I could because tomorrow's Sunday, plus I'm not working, but I'm tired now. I should be able to go to sleep now, right? Right. So anyway, I'm going to do this, and then tomorrow I'll kind of do a review of how this month went and what I'm planning to do in the future. So stay tuned. And that was my reading challenge for the month and how I did. So as you could tell, I went through a lot of books this month. You can look at my August wrap up, which I'll leave up above for you to check out. I believe I read 9 books for the month, which is definitely a lot for me. What I learned about this is that it definitely does help to read in the morning because it helps get my brain jogging a little bit. But as you could tell from a couple of the videos, I either wasn't quite awake yet and was really sleepy still, or I waited until really, really late at night until I was just completely exhausted. Now, normally I am a night owl, so I didn't think it would be an issue to be up so late and read, but I had so much going on that it just wasn't working out for me. Maybe I'll keep that in consideration in the future. Something I didn't mention at the beginning, but I'll mention now is, as you can tell, we're in a different setting, and that's because my husband and I are set up in our apartment. So I don't have my stand. It's packed. I actually don't even have Sword of Destiny. I was reading it and enjoying it, and then it got packed up with everything else. So I'm having to borrow that from the library, but it's still like 4 weeks until I get my hands on it. So yeah, that was my bad. But anyway, I'll be filming by holding my phone because there really is no place to put my phone. So sorry for the vlog angles for the rest of this month and probably October too. But until we get a house and we're able to unpack all of our stuff, I'm just not going to have access to my stand or my bookshelves or anything. Would I do this challenge again? Definitely. I would say that it's something that is doable. Like I said, I was working a full-time job. I was packing up our house to move. You know, a lot of stuff is going on, but I was able to make do with it. Now, I would say if you only read for 15 minutes a day, like, you're not going to read through 9 books like I did. But it did help to just tell myself, okay, 15 minutes, you know, and then I'll be good to go. If I've read my 15 minutes, I feel like I've read enough that it was a worthy amount of pages, but even then, sometimes I just need that 15 minutes to get started into a book. So I'll be at the 15-minute mark and it's like, oh, well, I want to keep reading. I really like what I'm reading. And so I just kept on going. That happened a lot with me. So I think the 15-minute rule really worked for me. I don't know how this would work for people who have kids or maybe pets or both, because I don't have either one. So maybe there would be more distractions. Not really sure how that would play out. So do take that in consideration that I don't have any of those distractions. It's just me, myself, and I. But I really love this challenge and we'll probably try something different later on. If there's something that you want me to try out just to see if it'll work on reading a lot for the month, let me know down below and I'll try and give it a shot. Thanks for watching, and